Yep, I unmuted us. Now we're switching over. Hey, look, there should be video of us popping up now. Hi, Gianna. Hi,
Hi,
Moonball.
Gina, if you can hear us. Hi, Moonball,
Gina.
if you can hear us.
I added an extra N there.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for it now to just pop up on the screen.
You ch- so Moon, let me get this straight. You should be in the pub, but instead you're with the flu, and and you're here with us. That's
That's
sorry, man.
commitment. That is commitment. Okay. Before we do begin, though, I just want to take a brief moment. There was a Paralympian today, and I know it's not to do with games, but just want to take a quick moment for an Iranian Paralympic cyclist, Barman Gobana Nezad. I hope I pronounced that right. Who unfortunately passed away in a tragic accident on the road race today. I just want to take a brief moment just to remember the guy because he was an athlete doing what he wanted to do, and unfortunately, tragically, he passed away. So. Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 13, which is unlucky for some, but not for us and not for you because you're with us. Yeah, you're with us in this.
Yeah.
After game won't play itself. How are we all doing this evening? You ready? Eh?
I know some of us
Are
are
you all
sick with
good?
the flu.
Yeah. So, major props to Moonball there for the start. On tonight's show, we have the usual big gubbins of news, what we're playing, shout outs for people. Yeah, shout outs for people. And of course, myself, being our team maker, Will McKellar. We're with us back from vacation. Yes, I'm using the American words for him. It's James Atkinson.
Hi, everybody. We're late because I decided to come back a day later. It's all on me.
Bad man. But how
Oh,
was your week? How's it been?
good. I saw the sun. It was burning hot. I walked around, saw a lot of historical things,
Yeah.
which was good, and didn't play any video games except for mobile stuff.
But you still play games, so that's all right. I want
Yeah,
to say a big hello though to Moonball, as we know he's not very well, but he's here. Sulispar, hello. Gina the Short, hello. Mono, hello. Simmer, hello. Fimus, hello. And Willow, we know is watching because she's just
there
popped
she
up
is,
there.
right there.
Hi, hello. All good? Yeah, right. My week has been.
It's
It's the
been
best way I can
it's been a
describe it,
thing.
really. It's been a thing. Just real life got in the way of stuff, and you know, yeah, pretty much took some time away. But we've got some news. And shall we start with our news first before we go on to everybody else's news?
Sure, we can talk about us. That's why we're here.
Because it's, ego. Well, the first big thing is we now have a Twitter, which is pretty damn cool. At TGWPIS, which is a good thing. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
And you've got other stuff as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so part of my week, my holiday was, well, if I'm not going to be here at my desktop playing games, I might as well handle various other things that was happening and that could get worked on. So I worked on the social media aspect of our little troop. And obviously Will set up the Twitter because that's what Will knows best.
Kind
But
of.
yeah, but I set up an Instagram.
Hey,
We have an Instagram, and I'm. It's basically my stream of consciousness. So, our Instagram is basically what I do when I'm bored, and I find funny things on the internet, and I feel like sharing them with people. Which, of course, is what Instagram is for. You need to obviously share it, steal it, and share it, and call it your own.
yeah.
Which is what it's used for. So we've got that going as well.
Because we also know that Instagram is there for puppy pics, food pics, passive aggressive pictures, also inspirational stuff at times, and maybe falling over videos. A bit like a YouTube condensed.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically whatever I can't easily upload to YouTube will go on the Instagram.
Yes, Vimus, you will see more of our faces. Moonball, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're jumping that gun there, my old mucker. Because they can't see it on YouTube. So yes, Vimus, we will be seeing more of our faces. Hello, Battle Cattle Games. Hello, how you doing, me old mucker? But yeah, so we're becoming more widespread. We even have emails now. If you want to mail us, you can mail us at podcast@tgwpi.com, or William at tgwpi.com, or James at tgwpi.com.
But if you want to send hate mail, send it to Will at tgwpi.com. That's where all the hate mail goes.
Yeah.
Mine just feeds into him.
Yeah. It's all linked to me, so I get all the hate of you suck, you smell, your beard is fucking awful.
We would be taking criticism right about now because we want to know what we're doing that isn't good.
Yeah, we need a bit more feedback, constructive feedback.
Constructive feedback.
Maybe.
We're talking constructive feedback, not YouTube comment feedback.
Yeah, not YouTube feedback. We don't want that.
Streamer, why aren't you playing a game, streamer?
Because otherwise, we turn into maybe what's happened on Steam today, which starts the main bit of the news, the main bit of the other news. Whereas a company called Digital Homicide, who over the past few years have made a few games that, let's say, a bit on up to great quality. Yeah. Now, if you've watched the Jimquisition and watched Jim Sterling have a go at these people, you will know they do not take constructive criticism at all. They will get on your case, even if you say, yeah, the game was about a 6 out of 10. If it's not an 8 out of 10 or something, they will go at you. And so they started a lawsuit against Jim Sterling, which they're entitled to try and do that, even if they're wrong, which they are in this case. But then they started trying to sue 100 Steam users because apparently there's a campaign against them. Okay, thank you very much for the follow, Beanie Bandit. Hello. So Steam decided enough with this because they wanted the customers' IDs, which, if they haven't told the law, is a thing over here called the Data Protection Act, which, unless the actual users are in a sort of, criminal activity that the police can get them, they can't do shit like that. So basically Steam just went, Digital Homicide, take your games, fuck off, and removed them from Steam, which is quite funny. And I think it's hilarious because they're getting their comeuppance, and this is karma coming back to them for trying to sue and trying to make people say that the games are all right and you can't have an opinion on it.
You don't mess with Gabe Newell. When you get the perma-ban hammer. It's a bad thing when you get the ban hammer from Steam, because there's some pretty questionable games on Steam. Like, I've been working on this RPG VXDX simulator game that is a total ripoff of Final Fantasy. It doesn't have any graphics, but I'm going to sell it for $2.99 because I can.
Yeah. Normally the green light sort of stuff isn't as bad as quality control as, let's say, PSN or XBL, but you do something to really piss them off to remove your stuff. It's just a case of take a look in the mirror and go, yeah, okay, maybe it is us,
Yeah, it's you. When you're trying to, when you're suing people for getting it 8 out of... See, this is where I get a little worried about this. When you're suing people for not getting 8 out of 10, I think Konami's going to start getting some ideas here about what to do to make their game reviews better. I think they're like, somebody said they're going like, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, see, I agree with Sully Spa with Jim Sterling on this one. He does act a real tit at times. I didn't think at the time, because last year at Rezzed in 2015 when we were standing outside. We were standing in a queue with someone called Laura Kate Dale, who, if you don't know, is a member of the Pogquisition. And we were talking about Jim Sterling. So yeah, it's like, yeah. But yeah, so the more I watch him, though, the more I see that it's a character. And he does this character to piss people off. He does this character to go against his anxiety and his problems. And I kind of respect that for it. And some of the stuff watching in the later episodes is, is quite funny. Because when you know it's like that character rather than him as such, or it's him with the volume turned up as they use in WWE language for like Stone Cold Steve Austin, you actually appreciate it more from what he's actually saying. But yeah, I mean, I've talked to Laura. She seems quite nice. She seems all right. Bit of a butt obsession, but
To each their own.
Yeah, we all have obsessions somewhere, don't we?
I mean, it happens. You're either a butt person or another body part. I mean,
yep.
We're not here to judge. If you like a body part, more power to you, man. Enjoy that body part.
Ironically, it's her birthday as this goes out, which is 17th of September. So if you somehow listen to listeners for Laura, happy birthday.
Hi, if you're listening. I don't know who you are, but happy birthday nonetheless.
There you go.
Will, should I know who she is?
You should do at some point. Go check her out on Twitter, with your Twitter account and ours.
Okay.
It's a good idea. Right.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'll write that down.
Clear my throat. Next bit of news, and this is a bit of news that Gina brought to my attention today, because we were talking about Gina's wanting to start streaming on a regular basis on a weekend.
Yay!
And we was talking about what sort of what games she wanted to play, and one of them was the BioShock collection that she bought.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in Holly B's stream, and they were saying that on the console, you can't stream BioShock. It's blocked. Not the cutscenes, not just cutscenes, the entire game. Now, I don't know whether that also affects BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite, but the original is definitely blocked.
Okay.
On both PS4 and Xbox One. They haven't given any idea why. They haven't said why. So we're hoping it's just like a glitch.
Now you're gonna have to email them and be like, excuse me, but would you kindly let us stream this?
Yeah.
Would you kindly?
For people who haven't seen or played the game, like Gina hasn't.
Even I played BioShock. I'm like the worst person for playing games.
See, Gina was trying to, and then her PS3 just went. On her when she started playing it, so she hasn't played it properly yet.
Okay.
So I'm not giving any spoilers away at all in any case. All right? Thank you.
I only quoted the first phrase of the game.
And also, Gina has this last hour finished The Witcher 3, all the DLC as well. So well done, Gina. Awesome sauce.
I haven't. Congratulations, you've reached the ranks of Will, who has actually beaten The Witcher 3. Unlike me, who started playing it and then just stared at it and go, that's a lot of side quests. What was I doing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's a shiny, there's a question mark there. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's a cliff. Shit.
How do I find Trish again? How do I find this unicorn? Where is this magical unicorn people keep telling me about?
But in comments is a Beanie Bandit was saying the Japanese block streaming from some of their games. Never heard of the reason what for the block though. Maybe because of content. Maybe because of a little bit of content they would have blocked that for. Suli hasn't played BioShock either. Come on, Suli. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're letting the side down now. So yeah, so Until Dawn, the reason until they block some stuff with Until Dawn is maybe some like spoiler story stuff because they don't want full spoilers for people. They want people to enjoy it themselves. Because I have seen that happen. Yes, Alvin is in The Witcher. And the unicorn is all I'll say about that. Oh, Vimus is also a Bioshock noob. Come.
I have not beaten BioShock 1. I've beaten Infinite. I have not played 2, but I have beaten System Shock 1 and 2.
I've got to try System Shock 1 and 2. That's the ones that make me letting the site down. I haven't played those yet.
See, they're redoing System Shock 2 in the Unreal Engine, which would be a great time to play. And by the way, if anybody hasn't played System Shock 2, go on Good Old Games, buy it for $5 US or whatever the conversion is nowadays, like £3.50.
Probably about £3, something like that. £3, £3.50, something.
It's an old game. It plays slow, but it is scary as all hell.
Yeah, I've heard that about them.
It's very, like, you can kind of see this as the precursor to the BioShocks, obviously, but also like the precursor to some of the Deus Exes with the way the inventory management is and the way the skills level up. And I'm talking like not like Adam Jensen Deus Ex. We're talking J.C. Denton Deus Ex.
Yeah, they were a thingy, weren't they? They were David Cage early stuff. System Shocks, I'm sure they were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. In the chat, we're getting more people saying they haven't played BioShock, and the thing is, the thing about that is, I'm actually in awe of them and slightly jealous of them because they get to play it for the first time and have that moment, and you know that moment.
Yeah, I know that moment.
So yeah, so they get to experience that.
Don't do Dark Souls, Gianna. Don't do Dark Souls.
No,
don't do it. Don't do it.
No. No. Right.
This is coming from Will, who's like, Will, who's the Dark Souls Bloodborne king.
Bloodborne Platinum motherfuckers. Because right, okay. But anyway, let's move on to the final piece of news we have today. And it's the console war between Sony and Microsoft, and the MPD in the States says that the Xbox One outsold the PlayStation 4 by over 110,000 units in August. Yeah, that's 110,000 units in August. So saying that the Xbox One is dead in the water and you know the PlayStation 4 is just rolling all over it is not exactly true anymore, and especially with the fact that Sony have not only fucked up with there's no 4K Blu-ray playback on the PS4 Pro, and there is no mods for Fallout 4 and Skyrim on the PlayStation 4 because they don't want the mods working the way that they do, even though the game was said that it was coming out that way, and Sony went okay in the first place. So that's kind of, Sony are starting to shoot themselves in the foot again, which is what you mentioned last week, I believe, James, when you said they do bad things, people start hating them, they go, oh, we do this sort of stuff, so we're not that bad anymore, and the people come back and go, oh, Sony's great again.
I have a question. How many of those Xboxes sold were the Xbox S's? The new ones?
That is a very good question.
Like, they say, like, oh, we sold 100,000 Xbox Ones. Yeah, you also just released a newer version of that console. So how many people are just like, hey, I want to get the new version of that console? So we did. I know my next door neighbor's kid picked up an Xbox One with Madden, and I had to teach him how to play Madden. That was fun.
Oh, with all the buttons. No.
Trying to explain the difference between a touch pass and a bullet pass. It's like, no, you have to press and hold the button. No.
It's like, slap.
Thank you, Moon. Exactly, right? How many is the new console? I mean, when we see the new version of the PlayStation come out, whenever it does, how many people are going to... Because we saw the Xbox One price dropped, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So you saw a price drop on the original consoles. You see the newer, slimmer version of that console come out. And it just means... It's my point exactly. It's that kind of thing.
And as Beanie Bandit just pointed out as well, how many units were traded in for the Xbox One S? This is also a good point, because they are supposed to be doing a trade-in deal over here for the Scorpio when it comes out, which I want to see how we're going to play that, because if it's any good, I might try and swap. Yeah, as Mono just said as well, PS4 Pro can feck off. Because, yeah, it's a sponge cake. They've made a sponge cake out of the PS4 for that. Also in the chat, the Monolith is saying if he can level 1 run the entire game with Dark Souls, anyone can beat it.
I can't. I played original Dark Souls, and I was like, hey, man, this game's going to be cool. I did the whole tutorial level, I died. Tried to get the first, but didn't no. I literally same day returned the game and said, I don't care what you're giving me for this. I will just give me store credit. I'm done.
Willow also asked Gina how about Doom instead.
Well, Doom's good.
Yeah.
We could do. Yeah. I believe
We'll
the
talk
majority.
about Doom shortly.
Yeah, I think out of all the people who have been on this show, we all agree that Doom is good. We're okay with Doom.
We're good with Doom. Doom's fine.
Doom, we approve.
You've got Gina, who is also a member of the Bloodborne Platinum Club, because she kicked his ass, including Rom.
I don't know that. I didn't play Bloodborne.
She'll be shuddering at the moment, going, like that, Abby. So, yeah. But yeah, so that is the news. On to what we have been playing, the old mucker. And you said you haven't been playing much.
No, I played Pokemon Go. I played a lot of Pokemon Go. Yeah, so my vacation was I went to Newport, Rhode Island. If anybody knows what Newport, Rhode Island is, it's basically where all the American heiresses that had a lot of money that married into the British aristocracy had their summer homes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your connection there. So we looked at all of those homes, which also happened to have about 3 to 4 Pokestops each. Not to mention, like, it's a very historical, like, it reminds me of a town in England because everything's really tight together. There's a lot of one-way roads. There's a few roundabouts. And, like, their sidewalk is about 3 inches wide. So you're pretty much going to get hit by a car if you walk anywhere. So it's, I played a lot of Pokemon Go. I've also realized that I need to buy either a new phone or a watch because the battery in my phone never lasted more than one out stretching. But yeah, a lot of Pokemon Go. Caught a lot of Pokemon. I have something like 12 Eevees now because my girlfriend wants me to trade. Also, lots of walking, and I took advantage of the recent update to Pokemon Go, which is the buddy system, where you create a buddy Pokemon and you walk with it, and it gets candy so you can level it up.
And you know that Rob has Jigglypuff, right? As his buddy.
Jigglypuff? Or is it Jigglybuff?
Not Jigglybuff, not Jigglybuff on steroids, you know, but Jigglypuff, because it likes jiggling its puffs, like you, as it sings you gently to sleep before it draws on your face. Simmer knows exactly what you're on about.
Yep.
In chat.
And the nice thing about Go was, and there's like a few new tweaks about it that I've kind of noticed, is that my girlfriend has an Eevee as hers, And like they talk about different sizes of the Pokemon stuff, and I had a Charmander. My Charmander was just standing in front of me. But my girlfriend's Eevee was so small that it has it on her shoulder when it shows her as the buddy system. Now, there's a picture of this on the Instagram. If you've followed us, and if you haven't followed us, you should probably look at it because it's there. And I'm really being, because you should look at it. And I'm not shamelessly plugging or trying to work this way in for one way. It's totally there. She put like 16 filters on it or something. She tried to explain it to me, and about halfway through, my eyes kind of just glazed over. I'm like, you just you take a screenshot and you post it, right? That's what you do.
That's pretty much.
What's a filter? Why do I need to filter things? I barely edit the podcast that I run.
Because believe me, if there's any photos being taken this coming weekend, these coming 4 days I'm away, there will be fuck all filters put on them.
We don't need filters. We're too beautiful.
You'll be if I'm on there, this ugly mug here, right? This unlovable ugly mug here, right, will be unfiltered. You're getting it in the raw. Right. We do
this live. There's a reason why we do it live. If we had time to think or prepare about this, it would be completely different.
Yeah, because makeup will be on there, foundation, blusher, the whole 9 yards will be on there. So
I just have a picture of like George Clooney, like right there, the entire time.
Vin Diesel for the first half for the news, and then the second half will be Bruce Willis.
Aren't they the same guy?
Have little mouth on there going. So you see, it's almost as if they're talking to you, but it's my voice. But it's like, yeah.
Is that going to be the next? Is that going to? Do I hear a new segment? Lard in the Raw. Do I hear the name of a new segment?
Yeah. This could be something.
Write that down. Write that down. Whoever's taking the notes, I know one of you is. Write that down. Lard in the Raw. We're going to hold him to it. I don't know what it's going to be about yet. But when we figure it out, we're using it.
That's an idea. That's a plan. Right.
Exactly. See? You
The one question I was going to ask you about Pokemon, though.
Yeah.
To get us back to it. When's this trading system coming up? Because I know with your trades, Rob's got some trades, obviously, for the exclusive Pokemon that's here with Ed.
Right.
Do some stuff over there for to flick over, between nations. Try and bring us back together in case Trump tries to fuck it all up for all of us. No.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for it. I can battle other people.
It'll probably be the same.
Not in a gym. I'm just sitting going let's play. If we're gonna do Pokemon, let's do Pokemon. I want to be able to stand on the street, lean against the wall, and then just walk up to some kid and go, "Hey, yo, man, it's time to duel."
You become Razor Ramon. You go, "Hey, yo, Chico, the bad guy with the Pokemon for you."
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
I don't like your face. My friend don't like it either. We gonna duel. And then of course, like when they win, I give them $5 cash.
My Pikachu can beat up your.
And if they lose, I knock them out and take their money. Because it's the way the Pokemon world goes.
Draw slightly over.
It's like, what do you, officer? What are you talking about? I won the Pokemon duel. I deserved the $5.
Exactly.
Give me the $5. My $5.
Yeah, if you don't deserve it, you'll take it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Or I just want to become a gym leader in the sense where, like, I just stand in a warehouse all day.
You become a facilitator for other people's Pokemon fights.
Yeah. Or I just think about it just standing in the back of like a Planet Fitness, which is the gym chain around here.
Rule 1 of Poke Club is you don't talk about Poke Club. Alright? You just don't do it.
So you're saying that we're gonna need to make Pokemon and make it like the subculture about how corporatism is ruining America.
Yeah,
When the game has in-app purchases.
I will be Tyler Durden. I will not, I will be in your imagination. So now I'm just not here. So then this is going to be a weird show of James just talking to himself in an empty screen. Even though how that picked up on Skype, I'll never know.
It's like Contact. Like you only dropped through, but how did she have 23 hours of like recorded footage when she only dropped through in about 2 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, there's that. So yeah. So is that's literally all you've played this week?
I did also play some Nintendo 3DS, Fire Emblem Fates. That was just more. Don't ask me. It was like 3 a.m. when I was bored and playing it. So sleep deprived Fire Emblem. I wish I could tell you more. It's a Fire Emblem game.
Fine.
And
we're now getting Clint Eastwood films misquoted with lard put into them. So here we go. So what I've been playing, I played more. I played more Deus Ex. I know you didn't want me to go too far into it to try and keep up with what you're doing on YouTube, which is the game won't play itself. YouTube, which we're only 2 away from 50 followers on there. 2 away. Come on, let's get that 50. Yeah, there you go. Shameless plug. So yeah, last night I got up to an awkward part on there. And I don't know whether it was down to the orgs I had on me or not.
One question, Will, is because you know where I am right now. Is this a I pull my earplugs out situation?
No. Okay. I'm not going to go into the story of it. It's a side mission. Okay. One of the side missions I did watch your Let's Play through of that, and the Cult of Personality quest. I did play that and I have completed that now. Because you can go back to it and there's a way of doing it. It's like, okay. There's also a slightly easier way of finishing it as well. But you've got to find it. Which you didn't do on the playthrough, which I'm quite sort of shocked about, but you didn't explore it enough.
I couldn't shoot things. We've discussed
You can't yet.
We've discussed my version of the playthrough. If I can't shoot my way out of a situation, it's a situation I can't do.
Which kind of leads me to the bit I was stuck on last night until today. Other side quest, you have to stop a operation as such, and that's the vaguest way I am going to say it. The operation, okay? You got 3 guys come in, and they it's in a way it's like an ambush. So you have to react quickly. And I was having trouble with it because I wanted to try and get some distance there because I don't want to kill people in this. I want a complete stealth, no death, no lethal game of this. See whether I can do it. And it took me quite a few goes to get into the situation where I could fuck off out of there, pretty much, because I'm trying to shoot them. I'm trying to get my rifle out there with the actual tranq darts in there. Wasn't moving fast enough. I'm loving these bits, by the way. We are paying attention to the films with Lars in the title. Some of them are genius. A lot of them are Bond. A lot of them are, but some of them are genius. But yeah, so it's because of the fight. The firefights are still cumbersome in this one. It doesn't feel like they fixed it. And that's a shame because Deus Ex is so good. And, they've even raised Adam Jensen's voice up an octave or two, so he's not growling every 5 minutes going, it looks like I have to go to the subway now. It's like, are you Batman? No, I'm Adam Jensen. It's an org in my throat. You might want to spit that out. You may be able to talk better. So we've got that. I played on my birthday a couple of bits. I played some more Zen Pinball, the Empire Strikes Back table. About 25 minutes worth, because it was that crap. it was that crap. I played some Rocket League. I played more Rocket League with Vimus and Mr. Steven. And there were some cracking shots in there, it's like coming up towards the goal, bounce it off the post, bounce it off me, into the goal. Brilliant. Fantastic. Like that shot. DSLR tweet divided. Like it. So yeah, I mean, Rocket League is still, even when you're having a bad day, even when you're feeling a bit, we had a lot of fun. It's a great distraction for it. And then I played Mirror's Edge Catalyst some more. I really like Catalyst. It's more open world, so you can do more challenges. You can do like deliveries, which are of this fragile container, but you have a time limit. So you've got to move. You've got to go fast. You've got to be like Sonic, but go fast. We can't drop this fucker, because if you drop it, shit. Or drop yourself off a building, which I seem to want to bloody do a lot. It's the same thing. We go. It's funny for potential highlights, but it doesn't mean I can actually complete the game quicker. So yeah. Then played more Rainbow Six Siege, as you know, because it's a weekend and we played more Rainbow Six. It's what we do, It's what we do of seeing Rob shoot Ed in the back, and then shoots me in the back too, and he sees me running in front of him, going for a camera that's checking out buildings to see where the actual bomb is that we have to defend. I run by it, and all of a sudden I'm dead. And I'm like, what the hell? And Rob's like, why did you get in the way of my gun? It's like, because I was going for the camera that you saw me run in front of. Which is fun. Damn you, Rob. Damn you. And the other thing, I've actually played two more things, because I didn't put this on here, which should have went up. Oh yes, I have it. It's on the next page. Duh. Forza Horizon, I've been playing a shit ton of that. I think I'm like 134 popularity, maybe a lot less now. Played it with Vimus as well. Because of a possible collaboration later on with stuff, right? So we eventually got it working, because for some reason my Xbox just did not want, in any way, shape or form, to connect online for online gaming. And Vimus and myself are looking and going, what's going on here? Is it my fault? Is it this fault? Is this fault? Turns out our internet just went took a shit, so we had to reset everything. No. These are fantastic. I am paying attention while I'm talking about this, by the way. But so we got it working, and once it does work, the 360 games with their online, it's fine. It's very smooth. I thought there would be a bigger problem or bigger jumping through hoops to get it working, but no. So yeah, it's great fun. I'm enjoying the Forza games, which is strange for me saying that, considering it seems these days I'm more Xbox than PlayStation, which is like, okay, what the shit's gone on? Because I used to hate Xbox. I used to hate Xbox with a fucking passion. Because, still console wars. Which you prefer, which you have to do. Are we Sega or Nintendo? Are we Spectrum, Commodore? Or even Amstrad, Atari? So yeah, that's pretty much that. But I'm not sure how much I can talk about this, because it's alpha. It's a closed alpha. It is, and I say this with trepidation at the moment, I've played a bit of the alpha of For Honor.
People have been streaming it.
So that's okay then. So yeah. I did the practice parts, so it's opened up, player versus player, player versus AI. It's going to be a thinking man's game, this, or thinking woman. Let's keep it intergender. Yeah, you really have to think about your fighting you do, because when you're going up against the bigger people like AI or yourself or other players, you have to make sure that you're blocking right. You have to make sure you're doing the right hits. At certain times, you can sort of interrupt their blocks and just move them out of the way, to either bash them out of the way or hit them. But you have to really think of it like a more of a proper fight, more defensive fight. Because if you go in all guns blazing as such, just trying to wail in, you're going to die, and you're going to die quite quickly. Okay? Except the minion little foot soldiers, you can just wail through those and just bash away, chuck everyone over there and over here. But you can't do that when you're fighting a proper battle. So it's one to look out for. I think it's on to September 21st, maybe. I might be wrong on that one in terms of the date. But yeah, it's great. It's great fun from what I played so far. So I want to play more of it over the weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much me done with what we're playing this week. Shall we do shout outs and other bits?
I'm going to say something right now, because I want everybody who's in chat to find your favorite lard movie name,
because that's going to be the podcast episode.
Tweet it at our Twitter. All right, so you're going to tweet it at TGWPI, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a straw poll of the ones we think is the best, and we'll have that up until the next show. And we'll call the next show that Will's on, which won't be next week, because he won't be here, and we'll talk about some special guests that I'm having on with me next week. But the week after, that's what we'll name the show. Of course, me and our guests will brutally, relentlessly destroy Will while he's not here. But I think that'll be something good. So if you guys want to look back through the chat, or you find something good between now and then, send it to us. We'll take the next 24 hours to look through them all, and then we'll create a straw poll and have it on the Twitter and the Twitch. That way you guys can kind of all interact with what you guys think is the best. So it's not really a shout out, but I think it's Will, you don't get to by the way, Will, you don't get to join in on this. You get to choose with me, but you don't get to join in on this. It's like me making fun of my own name. It don't work that way. Don't work that. Nope, sorry.
Fine, okay, I'll just let you all take the piss. Fine. Okay. We'll just do some shout outs then.
Yeah.
That's the case. Well, this Thursday, the MTV announced the Games Media Awards for the nominations for each award for October the 11th. And I'm not in it. I think that's disgusting. That's disgusting behaviour. Why am I not in the shortlist for this fucker? I tell you, it's just like, what we do for these people, they just don't nominate us. I tell you, mate, it's disgusting. But I know people who are in it, and this is what the shout outs to. In the podcast category, I know Toku podcast, which are hosted Holly Nielsen and Kate Gray, who hopefully I'll see at EGX, because they did say they were going to do some stuff for Toku. And, Kate Gray was like, I want to meet people. I was like, okay. And because I didn't say hi to her last year at the GMAs when I was there, I've got to write that wrong this year. So there's those ones. And also in the Rising Star category, someone called Alice Bell, who works for videogamer.com, who is a really nice lady. She's pretty damn cool. So she deserves to be there. And then in the streamer category, there are three people. Three people. Three that I know of that's in this category that they deserve the shout out. There's Chris Light. There's Deborah Weaths Timms, who's really cool, who I met her properly last year at the GMAs. And then there's Aravel from Battle Cattle Games. So three. All going for the same bit, for the same category. So that one's going to be a tough one, because there's also the guys who won last year, the ReZero Network, who I have no fucking clue who they are still. And I saw them last year.
Isn't PewDiePie in there too?
He's in for YouTube.
Yeah. We know who's winning that one.
Yep.
That one's on the lockdown.
That one's just like, okay, yeah, just give me it now. You know. Because
not a knock on PewDiePie as a content creator or anything like that. Just let's be real here.
Yeah, let's look at it realistically. He's a name. Yeah, he's a name. Whether we like him or not, or go, oh, he's a name.
It's there. So, hey, I'd be impressed if he shows up. If
he won't.
If he shows up, good on him.
I mean, if I wanted, I could potentially get a ticket and gate crash, but I have something to do on that day during it, so it'd be a bit tight getting down to there.
You can't actually pretend to be like you're actually in the show nominated like last year.
No, not like last year. I can't do this. I go. See, a lot of people was wondering about this, and people were asking our, how can we vote for you? Because we're going to vote for you. It's like, one, calm down, calm down, right? Calm down. This was last year for me. Now you'll see on there two white guys.
It's really out of focus. It's bleached out.
Yeah. Well, in here it's two white guys with my name on it.
We'll take a picture of it and put it on the Instagram/Twitter.
It's on me Twitter. It's on me Twitter.
It's on your Twitter, not the TGIPS Twitter. You're using the wrong Twitter.
I can tag it, but yeah. So this is the placemat thing from the Games Media Awards, all right? Nice. Yeah, so it's... People don't vote for it on these awards this year. They did last year for one of them, and that was the People's Choice Award for podcasts and stuff, which Explosive
Which
Alan
the Rock won.
Yeah.
The Rock won that one.
Because you smell what The Rock is cooking.
He's the People's Champ.
Yes.
Whenever there's a People's Choice Award, I do not understand why The Rock always doesn't win. He's anything, because he is the
win. But yeah, so they did that last year, but it's not this year, which is weird. And the journalist award isn't there as well, which in a way might be a good thing, because then Simon Miller, who was playing a character, doesn't win it, which made no sense to me. You know, any other category, fair enough, but that one just made me go, no. If you remember rightly, on other podcasts and other networks and other years, back in years. So yeah, so what actually happens is it now goes to judges that are down there, and they will decide. So none of us can get to vote. It's all down to them. So it depends who they see the most, who makes a big enough impression on them. But yeah, so... No, I'll be doing something more banal than washing my hair. This is actually a legitimate excuse, which was almost stopping me from going to EGX on the Thursday this year. And so I had to get that changed, which was partially some of the banal stuff that I've had to try and deal with this past week. A bit like Boxing Judges Vimus. That's pretty much it. Like how they did it for the Video Game Awards. where that Jeff Keighley does. That people can go, you've only got one female judge in this. How dare you, sir? How dare you? And he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm a bit of a bastard. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my shout outs for the week. I think that's us pretty much done, isn't it, mate?
Well, I guess we can talk about who's showing up next week.
We can indeed. I'll pass this over to you because
if people want to know, because Will's not going to be here next week, so you're stuck with me. Hi guys, you're stuck with me. So I thought to myself long and hard, who can I do this to so it's just not me staring at you guys while you stare back at me metaphorically through the internet, but not being able to react off of you. And I thought to myself, well, we've got Chris. Everybody knows Chris. He's been on the show a couple of times. Our good friend, the Hurgle Man. I said, sure, come on over. Chris, I need your help. Chris will be there. He won't be phoning in like last time with the weather report like we did last time. And then we've got Mr. Keith Dunn Hernandez, who was on what episode? 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6? 3.
Shit, I can't do that too long.
I'm long-winded, Will. I was waiting to see when you were going to pass out. We were playing the game. Will pass out before James finishes his sentence, and I would win. I know it's like something o'clock over there, like late. It's not even midnight yet. Come on, man. You're not asleep. You don't go to bed. Isn't like F1 on soon or something?
Yeah, in about 12 hours.
Yeah. You don't need to sleep yet. Come on. You only need like 4 hours of sleep. And really, it's F1. It's like any race. You start watching it, you fall asleep through 90% of it, you wake up for the last 10 laps, and you see who wins. It's the same with golf.
Same with NASCAR, then.
Yeah. No, I said with any race. I was assuming NASCAR.
Well, they're sometimes not races. They're sort of car wrecks, just mobile car wrecks.
They're left turns until somebody done screw up. Trust me, I don't know how
say that about the NFL, but we have fantasy league going on here.
Well, the NFL at least they swap sides. And sometimes they get interested. They get interesting, but more interesting by suspending people who may or may not have been generally aware of footballs being deflated.
They were aware. They admitted.
Hey, all I gotta say on that is that you suspend the guy who was generally aware of the football being deflated for four games, and you give the guy who knocked out his fiance in an elevator 2-game suspension.
And can I just say who's fourth in the fantasy league at the moment?
Is it me? I haven't looked. I haven't even set my team yet.
This fucker here.
Oh, that.
I blitzed it last week, which is nice. Which makes a change from last year.
Yeah. We were afraid you were going to draft so many kickers. It's like, Will, there are other positions. They all just don't kick the ball. I know it's similar. There's like 2 uprights and they kick the ball and stuff. It's like rugby, but not like rugby. But kind of like Australian rules rugby, which is really freaking weird.
Yes, yeah, bounce the ball and then kick it to go through one person.
Bounce the ball, then kick it, and then you get to the half moon circle, and then you have to try. Yeah, and then the ref, if it goes out of bounds, has to bounce it upside down, but throw it backwards and almost fall on it. It's a weird sport.
Yes. Very weird.
And I've watched it. It's on TV in America. We have Australian rugby, and I'm like, why the hell is this? What are they doing?
No, we call it Australian rules football over here.
That's Australian rules football.
Yeah, that's Australian rules football. But yeah, but the thing is, right, I had Robbie Gould as my kicker, as you know, during the draft, because you were there as I picked him.
Yeah, I may have helped.
3 fucking days before the actual season starts, and what do the Bears do? They get rid of him. It's like, you bastards. Now I'm going to have to pick someone else. And even then, he wasn't that great, the kicker I got. But yeah, no, I was happy with my first week performance this time. Cam Newton did a fine job. Considering they said I was going to lose by about 10 points.
They also should have taken him out for concussion protocol, but...
Yeah.
Good night, Beanie. We've devolved to football talk now, so...
Yeah. We're coming to the end of the show. We just thought a bit of sport in there, you know. Bit of sport. Just tiny smidgen of sport. Of the sport. Little sport.
A little bit.
So next week, you, Keith,
Hergelman
and
Chris. Yeah, it's gonna be a quite a lark. I don't quite know what's gonna happen or how long we'll run, but we'll probably be back at normal time, which is midnight GMT, 7 p.m. EST.
British summertime. British summertime at the moment. We're not back on Greenwich Mean Time yet.
BST.
That'd be 1 a.m.
BST.
Yeah, British summertime.
BST. Yeah. So, BST, or if you're on the East Coast, then. So, it'll be fun. If you guys want to send stuff that you want us to talk about, I will be happy to do so, because I don't do the whole show lineup and look up the news, because that's Will's job, and I don't think he'll be leaving me with anything.
I'll be too busy going back to sleep, because I've got to get up early in that morning. I've got to be too busy going to play games.
There's going to be like
people go,
frantic text. Will, what happened this week? I don't know what's going on. Will,
you tell me while I'm on my way home on the Friday night. Go, what stuff's there for the flow? It's like, shit.
Will, can you email me these things? Are there links? Will, help.
Go to Euro. Okay.
Help me, please. Help.
Oh, also, while you have reminded me, the other partner of the Game Won't Play Itself has asked us to ask anybody budding writers out there, anybody who wants to write about video games out there, if you want to email Ben at tgwpi.com. He is wanting people to write for our site. Now, he has a proposal for you for this for potential payment. He has all the details, so please go to him at their email address, and he will speak to you that way. Okay? That's all I'll say, but we are looking for writers, because you've seen some of my reviews. Some of them are terrible when I used to write them. And you know that I am more streamer, content provider for YouTube, PR on Twitter, it seems, and also podcaster of talking bollocks. So this is my role as such. So we need writers for the website, because we're getting so close to getting that going live. So close. But yeah, so if you want to give Ben at tgwpi.com email if you're interested in potentially writing for us, please do. Please spread the word as well. If people are looking for something that way, let him know. Give him a shout. He'll get back to you on what we're looking for, and we can go from there. Mm-hmm. And we can probably start a beautiful business relationship together.
You get to work with us.
Don't all run out the door right now from that one, please. So yeah, so is that it? Are we done?
I think so.
So where can they find you, James? Where can we find you?
God, there's more stuff to talk about now, isn't there? We've got like a whole lot more things we have to mention. Yeah, you can find me at...
why do we do it?
What are we doing with our life? So yeah,
I knew there's a reason why we didn't do this.
Yeah, no. So we have Instagrams, which is I tied to things. Yeah, I got back from holiday. I'm starting to wear down. I'm Spike SP2579. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook, YouTube. TGWPIS is in the Instagram. I'm usually tweeting on that or Instagram stuff on that because the Twitter has 58 followers in 2 days, and my own personal one has like 32 in like 4 years. So reasons. Also, everything's like linked together, so I just have to press one button and everything just kind of populates. Yeah, that's me. Or you can find me here. Sometimes I stream when I'm not like on vacation.
Like, what you mean, like more Deus Ex?
Yeah, there should be more of that coming up.
So I can talk to you about it without getting spoilers.
It's like la 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 la.
Is that lard? Sorry.
It's that's not going on the straw poll.
Bollocks. Oh shit. So yeah, you can find me. You can find me most places. You can find me on Twitter, even though I am quite late. But yeah, I'm back. You can find us on the Instagram, as James has said. You can find us on YouTube at the Game One Play Itself. We're still two subs away from the 50. We want that 50, god damn it, because then we can go up to the 100, and then we can actually have a proper URL for YouTube. Because we want that. We want to be bigger for you guys. So we can make you laugh more. We can entertain you more. But you can also find me on the Twitter, on the Facebook. You can even find me on the BSN and the Xbox Live as Lard Teammaker. And you can find me on Steam. Yes, I am on Steam as PSN_Lard Teammaker. I have been playing some PC games. It's starting. The movement over from console is starting. It really is. Especially now with the Play Anywhere stuff coming on. Because, yeah, you may even see me play Recore this coming week. Because even though, unless Bioshock gets their act together and you can start streaming it, I may swap out Bioshock for Recore for Late Night Lard once Mirror's Edge is done. Whereas once Doom is done on Lard Sunday Service, which is also, by the way, this weekend, hint, hint, ding, I will be playing Just Cause 3. Because I want some destruction in my life. I want to just blow some shit up in fun ways as possible. So yeah, so you can, as I say, you can find me on Twitch as well. If you can't find me on here, you'll find me on my own Twitch, which is Lard Teammaker, which we're getting closer now to the 250. We're 25 followers away. So that's it. Is that we're all done, yeah?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I should probably go sleep now.
Yeah, you should go rest from your vacation and rest up from that.
I need a vacation from my vacation.
Exactly. But yeah. On that note, we're going to say goodbye. Some of you might see me over in 4 days, at EGX on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for slaps, some hugs, some selfies, some, oh, look, it's him. We hate him, he's a dick. All of that stuff. Yeah, you will actually see Lard in the Raw live.
Lard in the Raw.
Lard in the Raw live at EGX. So you won't hear me here. You won't hear my dulcet tones on the podcast. But you will hear James. And you will hear Keith. And you will hear Chris. So enjoy them. Tweet about them. Make them all happy. And let them entertain you. As we now say good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.